Hello to the fantastic Leo out there. This is Brandon on my channel. I'm Wow, here to bring you an energy reading. It's September. We're at the end of Virgo season, going into Libra. I hope everybody's had a fantastic end of August, beginning of September so far. Sorry it took me a while to get back to you guys. I had to do a little bit of self-work on myself so that I can really figure out what it is that I want to bring to you guys on this channel. And you'll notice the result that I came to is that yes, my readings do sound different than all the other readers on YouTube. I don't do the traditional tarot reading. I don't do it'll sound different. I do a lot of chakra energy, I do a lot of chakra energy work. Pardon my blah right now, but I'm just getting back into the swing of things, forgive me. But yes, I wanted to really figure out what it is that I wanted to bring to you guys. And I would like to think of myself as a supplement, something to go like right behind your main course of tarot readings that you guys usually get from your readers on YouTube. Like I said, I think I'm a complement to what it is that you usually get from these videos. And for those that have been with me before, you know that I used to do a weekly reading for the next 7 days, but then I would do one specifically for the weekends. And going forward, I'm kind of going to be doing a combination of those two videos so that I don't divide, I guess, you know, the two readings, because they usually do end up working about the same, and I end up repeating myself a lot. But let's go ahead and get into it. The way I'm going to do it is, we're going to pull 3 cards for the single Leo out there, 3 cards for the Leo that's in a loving relationship, and 3 for the Leo that's maybe a bit complicated. You're not sure where you stand, or maybe that's just where you want to be at right now. You want to exist in that little gray area, and that's perfectly fine. We all got to take the walk that we're supposed to. But remember that you can pull information from any one of the 3 groups of cards. They usually flow together pretty nicely, and there's usually information in there no matter what kind of Leo that you consider yourself, because the universe knows what you really are. But you can take information from any one of the 3 groups. Don't get caught up on the different combinations of the things. Take information as it comes, as it flows, and don't be afraid to apply yourself or apply your situation to whatever the card is speaking directly to you. But let's go ahead and get into it. See what we have for my wonderful Leos. It's fantastic to be back with you guys and swimming in your energy again. I hope that everything is going swimmingly for you as well. And the card already flew out. 2 of them did. So the first card to pop out for my beautiful single Leo is compassion, the heart chakra energy, all right? We want to make sure that we're existing as the lotus flower. The lotus flower understands everything around it. It accepts things as they are. It only takes what it needs to grow, and it gives back any way that it can. And that's exactly where you want to be at with yourself. You want to exist in a state of compassion. You want to extend yourself, your heart chakra out, so that it comes right back to you the same. If you're closed off, then that means that you're shutting yourself off from what it is to be divine. And you don't want that for yourself. You want to stay connected to source, and the heart chakra, the anahata, is your direct doorway to the rest of the chakras. It all falls into place. They all align each other, and they all speak the same language. And you want to make sure that you're being willing and open to not only giving love, but also receiving that same compassion back as well. Allowing somebody else to stand in your shoes and say, I really understand where you're coming from. Let's get better together. Next card to pop out for my beautiful Leo out there is physical health. This is what you want to start thinking about. And I hope the YouTube moderators didn't catch that little blur right there. But we want to make sure that we're doing something for our physical selves. We want to make sure that we're speaking proper English and doing something for our physical self as well. We want to make sure that you're taking care of every room in the temple, not just one aspect of it with the mind, not just the heart, not just this, that. We want to make sure that everything is in alignment, so that when you look in the mirror, there's not one part of yourself that you're dissatisfied with. And you're going to want to do something for yourself. Physical health that's why you feel good to be inside of your body. If you're not happy with every inch of you, then you're not happy. There's a little bit of discontent there, and that can take you out of the energy that it is that you're trying to acquire. So let's do something for ourselves. Let's start thinking about ways to get ourselves physical within this world, be it an actual exercise regimen or just getting out there and dancing a little bit. You got a little time in your lounge while you're sitting in your man cave, your she shed. Shake it, get it, pop it, do your thing. Because your physical movement in this world is just as appreciated as your soul's movement, as your mind's movement. Okay, so let's make sure that we're applying ourselves to our physical realm as well, so that that's just as healthy as the rest of it. Next card up from my beautiful Leo is inner child. We want to get so serious, you know what I'm saying? We don't want to be so adult that we're not enjoying living anymore. You know, when you have that inner child connectivity. Remember how simple it was when you were a kid. You wake up, you eat, you go out and play, you do whatever it is that brings you so much joy in your life that you just have that zeal to keep moving forward. You want to know what tomorrow has in store for you because today was so fun. Don't be afraid to have fun. Don't be afraid to get out there and play with some kids and really get connected with your inner child. Don't be afraid to be silly and be spontaneous and just really enjoy the life that you do have, because it is a gift. Like we all have people that we've lost that are no longer here that would really love to spend some time with this world again. And they probably are. Like I truly do believe in spirits leaving and then coming back in any shape or form. It doesn't necessarily have to be something that's actually living. Like your loved ones might come back as a delicious donut that you really enjoyed the other day, and that's why you enjoyed it so much. The world is weird like that. The universe is strange like that. But connect to your inner child. Really learn what it is, or get back in touch with things that maybe you set to the side, that you used to do, that you used to really enjoy, and try to get back into them. Try to see what it is that you really, really, really appreciated about life when you were younger, and bring that into your adult life. Okay? I'm going to give it another shuffle for my Leos out there. Well, damn. Maybe not. 2 cards popped out for you, beautifuls. And the first card to pop out from my lovely Leo, the alliteration there was insane, is gut instincts. This is solar plexus energy, the Manipura energy right here. And forgive me if my Sanskrit pronunciations aren't exactly what they're supposed to be, but nobody's ever taught me this stuff. I learned it on my own, so man. But when it comes to intuition, that's the mind right there. When you listen to your gut instincts, you're listening to the feeling that you're getting from something. Your intuition is what your mind thinks about something. Your gut instincts are how you feel about something. And you're doing that right now. You're following your gut instincts. You're listening to your intuition. So continue to do that, especially with your partner. You when you're in union with somebody, it's you appreciating the divine in somebody else when you're in a relationship. And it's them appreciating that same thing in you. That's why the relationships that work, is because they see the divine in each other. They're one unit with 2 parts that work together to achieve whatever it is that you're trying to get done. And if you're both following your gut instincts, you're never going to steer each other wrong. You might clash a little bit, and that's when you need to have that open dialogue to figure out what it is that you two disagree on and move your way forward from there. But make sure that you're listening to how your gut instincts, how it is that you feel. If something makes you feel, yes, ooh, that makes me, ooh, all tingly and stuff, you're following your gut instincts. If something gives you that stomach, oh, that, that's following your gut instincts. Your intuition works hand in hand with it, but they're 2 separate things, so realize that. Your intuition is what your mind thinks. Your gut instincts are how your body feels towards it. Okay? Next card up for my wonderful Leo, crown energy, presence. We want to make sure that we're existing in the now. We're wrapping our mind around what it is that we actually have right now. Things that are going to be shall be. Things that are not will not. But you can't force it. You can manifest it, but you can't just will it to happen. At least Most of us can't yet. I know there's some people out there that can manifest like Professor X, but some of us, we're still working on it. Most of us are still working on that kind of thing. So allow yourself to be present in your now. Appreciate what it is. This is crown energy. So appreciate what it is that puts the jewels in your crown, that gives you your kingdom. Because if you don't appreciate what it is that you have, you could lose everything. And then that's going to force you to really appreciate what you did. Next card up for the wonderful, fantastic Leo is home. This is a ferret, by the way. I've been trying to figure out what animal that is, and I had to like go into the divination book and figure that out. But that's a freaking ferret. And we want to make sure that we're just as comfortable as this ferret is in this little cubby. It's so comfortable that the star field is below it. And there's light shining above it, and it's just peacefully dreaming. And that's how the home should be. The home should feel secure. The home should be a safe haven. It should be the place where you go and you know that you can be 100% yourself without judgment, without anybody shaming you for being that. Start bringing your home into alignment with your higher self. And that's going to serve you and everybody that exists under that roof. But make sure you're taking care of the homestead, making sure that your roots are nice and pure, nice and wonderful, nice and nourishing, nice and nutritional. You don't want soil that's poisoning the tree of life that you're trying to grow. And the way that you do that is by making sure that your home is your safe haven, gives you that security, that foundation that you need to stand on. We're going to get into the cards for my complicated Leos out there. I know how it is. Sometimes we complicate our own lives, and sometimes somebody's doing that job for us. But let's see if we can gain some clarity through the cards. The first card up for you is responsibility. Okay? This is solar plexus energy. This is taking accountability of your self-worth, but also what it is that you bring to the table for others. As you can see by the card, the person who uprooted this plant, they didn't just pull it out of there. They took the plant and some soil so that they can put it back into the ground after they've enjoyed what it is that they are getting from it. That's taking responsibility for something. And also being willing to provide it what it needs to get itself back right. And we can do that for others, but we have to do it for ourselves first. You have to take responsibility for yourself before you can even think about being responsible for somebody else. The foundation has to be solid. It has to be secure, or there's nothing to stand on, is there? But that's where you're at right now. That's what you're doing. You're taking accountability of yourself, my complicated Leo, and saying, what is it that's causing this confusion in my life? That's giving me dissolution or causing resentment within myself? You're really taking accountability for that. And that's going to be a superpower of yours going forward, is realizing what it is that you are doing to yourself and what you're doing to others, and for yourself. The next card up for the fantastic Leo, Will. The turtle is not the quickest creature on the planet, but every step that it takes is 100% sure that it's going to, whatever it's trying to step on, is going to be there to support it. And this is Vasuddha energy. This is the throat chakra. This is being willing to express yourself in the way that you need to. Start thinking about what it is about somebody else interacting with you that's causing you to be confused. And why? Why you take so much stock in what it is that this person has to say about you. And express yourself so that you can really define. Sometimes you don't realize something about yourself until you say it out loud. Your mind is speaking at the same rate as your voice, and you're like, I never really thought about that before, but that's exactly what it is. And there's a saying, it is what it is, but it ain't what it's not. And the only way to figure that out is to have the willingness to do the work, to speak your honesty, to speak with integrity, so that you're not causing confusion from you to somebody else. Or, sometimes it's a circular thing. Sometimes something that you say will go all the way back around and cause confusion back to you. And you confuse yourself on what it is that you truly feel and mean. But if you're speaking with will, with the integrity and honor that you naturally have, my Leos, because the lioness, wow, what a majestic creature you guys are. Exist in that. Exhibit that. Show it off. That way you can gain whatever it is you're trying to acquire just by being a lion. The lion knows what it wants. The lion knows what it is. It knows what it needs. It knows what it has to do to make it in this world. There's no doubt within the lion's mind. And that's you, my Leo. So allow this for yourself. Allow yourself the willingness to crawl through whatever desert you're going through so that you reach the oasis. I'm going to pull one from the bottom to close this thing out. And that card is Heart Chakra Energy. It's the Anahata, forgiveness. All right? You want to make sure that you're not clogging your own way. You're not blocking your own path by, one, not forgiving yourself. Because if you don't forgive yourself, your self-worth depletes. It starts to deteriorate because you don't value you. You think you're not good enough. And that's just not true, Leo. You have to forgive yourself for whatever flaws you have so that you can start to work on them and to mend them, and to redesign them into whatever it is that you desire them to be. You also have to be willing to forgive others for what they do, because some people, if you're watching this video, you're doing a lot of self-work. You're taking the time to go within and get that insight that you need to gain the clarity for your external world. And not everybody's doing that. And you have to be willing to forgive them for their missteps, because maybe it's going to take your example to show them exactly what it is that they should be doing for themselves. And the only way you're going to do that is by forgiving them for being a jackass and continuing down your path the way you know how, what is healthy for you. And it's not healthy to hold on to resentment. It's not healthy to hold on to things that you know you can let go of as long as you're willing to. You don't have to go to somebody and say, I forgive you. But you can say to yourself, you know what? I forgive them. I maybe don't want to be around them right now, but I know exactly where they're coming from because maybe I've been there before. Be willing to forgive and be willing to receive that forgiveness as well. Sometimes we think we don't deserve it. Sometimes we think we're too far along and we've done too much to even be in contention for forgiveness. But that's just not true. We all deserve it, but we all deserve to give it. We all need, others deserve it just as much as you do. As much as we can give, we should be able to receive, vice versa. It's all circular. The chakras are wheels. It's all circular. Okay? So allow this to flow by being willing to forgive yourself and forgive anybody else that you might need to. Be it mentally or actually saying, you know what, you're okay. Just stay away from me for a while. You know, that's how you got to do people sometimes. But do that for yourself and for somebody else. And that's going to smooth things out for you, all right? Well, that's all I have for you for now, beautiful Leo. I hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, I'll be more consistent with you guys in the future unless I need to do some self-work again. You know how it is. But I look forward to going forward with you guys again. That might have been a redundant statement. Forgive me. It's been a while since I did this. But thank you to your spiritual team for bringing us together. Thank you for mine for bringing me to you. Let's continue to rock on and rock out. I'll talk to you soon, but until then, continue to take care of yourself and take care of everybody else as much as you can. Peace and namaste.